Hey guys, Dougie Heiser here, and I'm gonna do what's in the bag. A lot. If you guys watch my videos, a lot of the times I'll say what I'm throwing. Hopefully, from here on out, I won't have to say what I'm throwing. You guys will kind of see the disc and kind of recognize it from other videos. So, start it all off. I have my putters that are the best putters in the world. They are the prototype Paul McBeth Kratoses. Love these putters. They're amazing. They're awesome. Same with the regular putter that I like to use for kind of like a circle one shot. I like to use these for circle one shots on certain areas if I have to. But this is a hard blend Kratos, and love Kratos. Great putter. All right. Next, I'm starting off with my mid-ranges. I have Soul. My number one most used understable mid-range is my Soul, and coming up next behind it is my Glide. This is an older Glide, too. This Glide is one of the older Z plastics that they don't make anymore. I really wish they would switch back to the Z plastic. It's awesome, and it kind of has a little bit of some sparkles, if I can catch it. I can't catch it. Oh well. You'll also probably hear some music going on in the background. I thought it'd be easier than just dead silence. But yes, old Glide. I bought this in 2013, right around the time that the PDGA World's going on at Lemon Lake, my home course. All right, now that we got that out of the way, we're gonna keep going on to the mid ranges. Another great use is the Linz Twins run of the Jawbreaker Z Flex, whatever, Buzz SS. But I really like it. I got it from them when I bought it at the Ledgestone. Bought it directly from them, and I really hope that you guys do more of that, where you guys buy more from them. It helps them grow, and it also helps the company grow. So being able to buy directly from players helps not just the player, but also helps Discraft in general grow and be able to help out others. Buzz Tour Series. This Chris Dickerson Buzz, I've thrown quite a bit. It's an awesome Buzz. It has a nice out of the hand to hyzer to flip to flat to turn over. It's just a good Buzz. I really like it. Next up, we have a Paul McBeth Malta. I've been throwing this for a very long time. Very stable to overstable in certain conditions. If you have a tailwind, this is going to be more overstable, and it's going to hold up better. And also, I really like the stamp. It's just awesome. Next up, we have a Wasp that I got at Ledgestone this year. This Jawbreaker Z plastic mix. I honestly don't know what this plastic is called. If anyone can educate me on that, that'd be awesome. I just don't know. I've lived, breathed, and eat Discraft for years, and I don't know what this plastic is called. Love the company, but smaller names. I think it says JBZ, so I think it's Jawbreaker Z plastic. Anyways, this Wasp, it has the old mold to it. I've compared it to an older Wasp that I have, and it has the same seam line, and it has the same features with the lip and the kind of roundness and sharpness of the edge. So it flies like an older Wasp, which is more I prefer. If you guys have watched any of my videos, I prefer older discs over the newer discs. So when I get something like this in my hand and I throw it and it flies perfect like how I wanted it, that's how I'm going to do it. Next up is an ESP Buzz OS. This thing has been my golden ticket to so many things. It has gotten me out of so many situations. I'm able to drive with it. I'm able to get really good forehand Annie and forehand hyzer shots and backhand hyzer and Annie shots with it. It is able to hold that turn over and come back out of it. It's a great disc. Always go out and buy, you know, some of Discraft's like mainline stuff. Some of their mainline stuff is highly underrated by a lot of people. Next up, I got more of these Jawbreaker zones. I love these things. I have 3 of them now, finally. I have more backups than just the one. I love the feel of them. Not only do I love the feel of them, but like when I press into it, it doesn't like leave a dent. Like there's no dent there from where my thumb was pressing. With a soft zone, if I were to really kind of like dig into it, it gets a little bit of a dent. Don't like that. But I do love the soft zones. I love them for winter time, and especially if I need a zone that has a lot of grip to it in my hand to be able to kind of rip. So yes, if you can find these, grab them, snag them. They're awesome discs. I got mine from OTB, and I've been able to see at some local stores like Meyer. Meyer does sell Discraft discs, and I've gotten some discs through them. Moving on to fairway drivers, and just to let y'all know, the order that my discs go are from most understable to most overstable as I'm pulling them out of the bag. But when I put them back in the bag, if you look at it left to right, it goes most overstable to most understable. So I'm starting off with the most understable discs and going forward from there. Alright, sorry about that. I got a phone call in the middle and it screwed up my recording. Continuing with fairway drivers, I have the Linz Twins Cicada and this Jawbreaker Z plastic. I love this. It has the proper flight channel to it, so like when I throw it out of my hand on a hyzer, it will flip up and just hold this line and just keep drifting off to the right, and I'm primarily a backhand thrower. I barely can throw forehand, but when I have to, I will. But this disc itself will hold that line, and for me, it's gotten me through these right-hand shots where a lefty would do great, but a righty has to throw a forehand and stuff like that. It's gotten me through a lot of shots like that, and it's been one of my most consistent fairway drivers. Next up, I have a Passion. I really do like the Passions just due to the fact of how much flip to flat to turnover hold they have. They're very accurate for me. I'm able to accurately throw it 300 to 350 and get a solid drive out of it to a pin, because we all go out and play these courses that have like 300-foot holes, 350-foot holes, and they're like nothing to us. They're average par 3s, whatnot. And this one is my most consistent of being able to hold a line and stay straight. Next up, I have my Sagara. Now, this is a 167 Sagara, so it is a little bit more understable than your average Sagara. But I will tell you this, it still stays true to the flight numbers. I am able to turn over just a little bit, and it'll still pan out real hard on that hard fade, and I love it. I use it quite a few times on one of my local courses on a hole that I struggle with consistently, because it will come out of my hand on a hyzer and it will flip up, and then right as it gets past this gap of trees, it'll turn over and then it'll fade out right into the middle. Next up, I have a First Run Athena. Now, the reason that this one is so special to what I love about Athenas is that this one is way more stable than any of the Athenas you'll find on the market today. This one is able to go from a flat to flat ratio. You can throw it flat and it'll hold flat, and it will just drop. It won't fade really hard. It won't turn over really hard. It just holds flat. And if I get it to turn over, it's usually because there's a headwind, or I missed through and I threw it with a bit of ante and I turned up my wrist a little bit. Next up, for my fairway drivers, Predators. I cannot preach to anyone more than anything that predators are a key essential to any bag. These are compared to Teslas, to, you know, what else? Teslas, Valkyries, stuff like that. This is probably the only fairway driver that I would choose to have an overstable end to it. So that's a 9-speed. I will throw this with no hyzer, and I will get it to go flat, and it will fade out real hard to get that sharp drop that you want when you want it to stop, like right by the basket. And lastly, for fairway drivers, a Captain's Raptor. Now, this is the first run Captain's Raptor, and I prefer these more than the regular ones. The regular ones are not bad in the Z plastic, but the first runs are the best. They are the absolute number one. I don't think Discraft will ever be able to top what they did with this, and the way I know they're probably all molded the same, but there's something different about the new ones that just doesn't give me that same feel. What I will say about this is it is ridiculously overstable. And I mean, when I say ridiculously overstable, it's like throwing a Nuke OS into a headwind and getting it to come out of its dive bomb just a little bit. But this thing will still dive bomb. It's a huge utility disc for me. I throw it very frequently on forehands when I'm stuck in the trees or I'm stuck off to the side and I need to get something to come out on an ante and flat and then skip up, because these get a huge skip off of just regular grass. I love it. Alrighty, now we're moving on to distance drivers. Just bear with me on the whole 9-speed is a fairway driver thing. When I was starting out, 9-speed was a distance driver. So yes, some of these are fairway drivers, some of my next are distance drivers, even though they're 9 speeds. Starting off with the Heat. Now, this is a one that I got at my local pro shop. This Heat is very cool. It's ESP plastic. It's very, very floaty. I am able to throw this on a hyzer and get it to flip up, turn over, and just crash. Now, the reason I put this in my distance driver area is because this is something I would use in a distance driver type of way. Yes, I'll use my fairway drivers to get down to fairway and get down to the pin, but this I can rely on to go 400 plus feet. Fairway drivers I rely on more 300 to 380. So if I'm throwing a fairway driver on certain holes, I'm usually relying on it to only go about like 380, 390 maybe. Distance drivers, I'm relying on them to go 400 plus. And I've been able to get the Heat in the past 415 feet, 420 feet. I've been able to park it on certain lawn holes by throwing a big ante route where I throw it way off to the left and it comes around and it just crashes down and gets a huge roll, excuse me. So yeah, I know a lot of people would argue with me about that, like, oh, 9-speed is a fairway. Well, it's a distance driver for me. Next up, I have my DGPT, I said that right, Drive. Jawbreaker ESP plastic mix mold. I love it. It's awesome. It kicks butt. This thing turns over real easily and comes back pretty gently instead of like a hard drive down. It kind of just gets a nice little fade down. I rely on this for quite a few holes. One in particular where it's a huge dog leg. You shoot up a narrow fairway and then you shoot right. Well, there's no Mando tree. And there's all these trees off to the right-hand side. And everyone's terrified to go over them. I'm the crazy guy who is like, watch this. And I rip a disc up in the air about like 40 feet up in the air. and it just turns over and pans down that fairway. Yeah, it's a great disc. I'm really enjoy having this in my bag, and I'm glad I get to keep it, and I haven't lost it yet. Next up, a Z Scorch. Now, as you see, this one has a really cool design to it. Oh, that's upside down. There you go. As you see, this one has a really cool design to it with like the volcano and the skeletons and everything. I don't know who designed this disc. I don't know where Discraft got the design for this disc. I don't even know if this disc is rare. If it is rare, cool. I don't care. I throw a 4-claw Buzz in my practice bag. Which is probably bad, but whatever. Discraft makes awesome discs, so I'm going to use them. But this one in particular, super stable. For a Scorch, it is ridiculously stable. What I know about Scorches is I've tried a regular ESP one, I've tried a Z1, I've tried Tour Series one, I've tried, you know, the Z Flex plastic one, the, you know, all these different plastic ones, all at 174, 175. They all fly like a roller. This one doesn't. This one will hold a straight turnover line and fade out. It'll fade out a little bit harder than the drive. So I really do like that. Alright, next up, I have a Surge SS in this old Z plastic. You can kind of see it. It's very faint. This I really like. I really like this Surge SS. It's something new that I put in the bag. I was unsure about it, but I actually really like it. Surge SS is, for me, when I hear the word SS after Discraft disc for the name of it, I think understable. This is actually pretty stable. This holds a pretty decent, solid straight line. It turns over a little bit, but doesn't turn over a whole lot. And it'll fade out pretty hard. I've had it fade out on me pretty hard. Into a headwind, it does turn over a lot more, like any other understable disc will. So, yes. Next up, I have the Proto Hulix. I recently did a video on this. I was only able to get a couple throws out of it. I'll do more later when it gets a little bit warmer out in my area. This thing is awesome. This is awesome. I love what they did. In my video, I did say it's really not for MA4, maybe some MA3 players. This thing is pretty overstable for people who don't throw 400 plus. I know some MA3 players, they can throw 400 plus, and it'd be great for those players. But if you're not really throwing 400 plus, you really shouldn't be trying to try out this disc. It's a very overstable disc for you. It's a 10-speed. It's awesome. It's a great driver. I'm able to get it to go 450 to almost 480. I was able to drive it on a hole that is straight flat across, and it's about 420 feet, and I shot right over the pin and went straight to the back, and I was in some bushes. It really sucked. I can drive this thing pretty far. It does do what I said in the video, where it will come out of my hand with a little bit of hyzer, and it'll flip to flat, turn over just slightly, and then come back with this hard punch to the ground. I don't know what I don't know what they'll come out next with this. Whether they'll keep the same design, the same seam line, or they might modify it just tiny bits, because companies do that, and that's okay. It makes it open more for other players to try it, and which is awesome. Next, I have a Ledgestone 2020, right? 2020 something nuke. This is my favorite nuke of all time. I will never, ever, ever have a different nuke in my bag that I am like consistently throwing. This nuke is perfect. It will come out of my hand on a hyzer, flip up to flat, turn over just slightly like the Hulix, But this nuke, I've gotten to get 502 feet. I think it was one of those. Yeah, 502 feet. Yeah, because it was over 40. Yeah, because I threw it up over. I was on top of the hill, and I was kind of like almost level with the treetops. And I threw it up and over the treetops, and it fell down on the backside of a basket. And I was like amazed. I was like, okay, I didn't know I'd get to go that far. It's an awesome disc. Next up, I have a 6-time Paul McBeth ESP Force. Very stable to overstable force. I haven't been able to turn this thing over very often. And when I did, it's into a headwind, and it was very slight turnover. It was more or less like just beep, beep. And that was it. It's not like a crazy turnover disc. I know sometimes you get some of these discs and you're like, wow, I'm able to really rip this and turn this over, and then you get the same disc but in a different plastic or a different run, and you're like, oh, why isn't this doing the same? That's another thing I preach to people. You got to be very careful about what you get and what you realize is, whatever. This is an amazing disc. I love it. Next up, Big Z Onyx. Now, the Onyx in general is a very stiff flyer to me. I'm able to get it to go flat and hold it, and then it just cuts. I usually throw it on this one particular hole to where it's a 520 foot hole, and it just follows this long left bend. And so what I do is I throw this on a slight hyzer, like just a little bit, and then when I release it, it just follows that whole bend, and it gets me right up in the middle on top of this hill, and I have another like 120, 130 feet to go. Yeah, it's about right. Yeah, 120, 130 feet to go, and it's a downhill from there. But I'm able to get it. I'm able to use my glide to shoot up to the left hand and let it just pan over. But yes, this is a great distance driver for those powerhouses, those backhands. I would recommend it to mainly people who are really ripping on the disc. Next up is my first run Venom ESP plastic. I love these. These are just meat hooks without having to be a meat hook. They will fly really flat, really far. I love the Venoms. Venoms are like one of my number one discs I have to keep in my bag. I have like I have about like 7 Venoms. So yeah. Good disc. Really like it. Oh, I have like 9 Venoms because I forgot about the 2 inside my car bag. I have a car, like, big holder thing that I keep in my car. Last up, Jawbreaker Raptor. I don't know who decided to put this and sell it to my local pro shop for them to put in the used bin. But holy crap, this thing is awesome. I love this thing. This will probably become my new, like, all-time fairway driver. It is overstable. It holds a line. I love the feel of it. It's from the 2023 Ledgestone. That's what the stamp says. All I know is it's a perfect Raptor. I love it. I don't ever want another Raptor. I do have others. I never want to lose this one. It's perfect. And last up, my Mini. An old Discraft Ace Race Mini. I've had this thing since 2013, 14? I think 2014. I've had this thing for a long time. It's cracked in the middle, completely broken. I want another one. But yeah, Uh, Accessories I keep in the bag. I keep 2 towels. You know, one I got at Ledgestone and one I keep. I have a Sharpie just in case I get a disc and I put it in my bag and I haven't marked it. I'm very bad about marking my discs. I also do keep, where is it? Oh, it's over here. A Bushnell rangefinder, and it still works. The battery is 3 bars, and I've had it for a year, and I've never changed the batteries. Always keep one of these. Oh, I have other things in here too. Those are my gloves from the other day, which I probably need to take some hand warmers out. A knee pad. A lot of people don't really think about it or don't talk about it as much. I know a lot of us are like kind of like regular players and we're like, oh, well, it's just, you know, I'm just roughing it. It's whatever. These things come in pretty good handy. I mean, you're in the woods, you're deep in the woods, right? And you need to kneel down to shoot out. Bringing this along and your whatever disc you're bringing along with and putting this underneath your knee as you kneel down helps out tremendously. I mean, I'm 30 and both my knees are just hurting after playing one round today. I have really bad knees. I've been through the ringer. Outside of that, I really don't keep very much extra in my bag. I see no need to. There's a lot of stuff that a lot of people always are like, oh, well, you know, you should have this and this. During the summer, I do keep a pair of tweezers and a little jar, and I fill it with 90% isotope alcohol. I keep that for ticks. Get a tick on you, oh, you know, you have a little jar, like almost like a baby jar, and grab your tweezers, pick the tick up, you know, and make sure they're like the fine tip and they're a little bit bent in, and you just grab it, put it in the jar, close the jar, boom, tick's dead. Because did a little experiment, found out that they turned white after a while, after being in the alcohol, because I left them in there after one summer, and I was like, it's like, huh, they're all white. It's weird. So, there really isn't much to really keep. I don't use headphones, so I don't need a charger in my bag, and I don't use a speaker. My phone, usually I turn it off or turn it into complete silent mode and turn on the airplane mode. And turn off the mobile data so that way I don't have signal and no one's trying to contact me. Because my brother's always with me, and my brother does my scoring and everything else every time I go to a competition. He does all that, and I'm very grateful to him for doing that. I do have some pretty cool patches, but outside of that, nothing else. Oh, on the backside, I almost forgot. I do keep a big fat Buzz Mini, just in case. You never know. But yeah, that's my bag, and that's what I will be throwing all this season. I will make sure that I don't lose anything, because some of this stuff is impossible to replace. Like the Scorch, the Drive, that Wasp, that Buzz SS, and that Cicada, along with that old Glide. I do have the newer glides that they came out with, and I like them. They do fly the same, but sometimes some of these things are really hard to replace. And, you know, be kind. If you do find someone's disc and they have their name and number on it, be kind and give them a call. Send them a text, something. Just be like, hey, I found your disc. You know, we're a community. We're a small community. You know, I know that's crazy to say because of how big disc golf is. Disc golf is a very small but big community, and we should all be looking out for each other. And it doesn't ever hurt to just reach out to that one friend who you play with, and, you know, make sure they're doing okay. When you take them out on the course, it's just you and him, or you and her, or her and her, and just ask. Just be like, hey, how are you doing? You know, I forget what TV show it's from, but there's this one TV show, and the main character, he said, no, me and my therapist had a word to where if we say that word, we have to tell the whole truth. And I think that's really important, that you and your friends come up with a way to tell each other the whole truth, because it is a rough time. This world is crazy, and you know, sometimes we're all we got. But I'm always here. I'm always open. Make sure to, you know, tell me what you guys want to see. You know, I'm not going to ask you guys to share, comment, or like, but tell me what you guys want to see. I want to know. I want to know what the people want to see that watch my videos. I want to know where you guys are from. I want to try to connect with you in some sort of way. Because like I said, this community needs to grow. We need to be together. So have a good night. Stay safe.